Welcome to Fabloria, where we listen, we relax, and we enjoy timeless fairy tale stories. Once upon a time, in a distant and prosperous kingdom, a wise and just ruler named King Alaric held the throne. He was loved by his people for his fairness and wisdom. His queen, Isabella, was known throughout the kingdom for her compassion, elegance, and gentle nature. Together they had two sons, the elder, Prince Alexander, and the younger, Prince Julian. Queen Isabella had a cherished tradition. Whenever she gave birth, she would invite the kingdom's fairies to a grand feast. These fairies would foretell the child's destiny, revealing secrets of the future that no one else could know. When Queen Isabella gave birth to a daughter, the most beautiful baby anyone had ever seen, she named her Aurora. Once again, the fairies were invited. They feasted and laughed, and when it was time to leave, the queen stopped them. "Please, do not forget your tradition. Tell me what the future holds for my daughter," Isabella implored. The fairies hesitated, nervously exchanging glances. One finally said, "Your Majesty, we have forgotten our book of destinies at home. We will return later to reveal her fate." Isabella's heart sank. She pleaded again, "You must be hiding something. Please, tell me the truth." After much insistence, the fairy queen spoke gravely. "We fear that Aurora may one day bring great danger to her brothers. Her actions might put their lives at risk. This is all we can see." With that, the fairies vanished, leaving the queen heartbroken. King Alaric noticed her sadness and asked, "Why are you so troubled?" Trying to conceal the truth, Isabella replied, "I was near a fire, and all the wool I was spinning has burned." The king, puzzled but caring, went to the royal storehouse and brought her enough wool to last a century. Days passed, and the queen's sorrow remained. She claimed her pearl-encrusted shoe had fallen into the river. Again, the king ordered thousands of pearl shoes to be made for her. Finally, she told him she had swallowed her wedding ring by accident. The king realized she was lying. Gently, he placed the ring in her hand and said, "My dear Isabella, you are hiding the truth. Tell me everything." Heart heavy, the queen revealed the fairy's prophecy. The king was struck with alarm. "There is only one way to protect Alexander and Julian," he said gravely. "The child must be removed from the world." Isabella's voice trembled with defiance. "I would rather die myself than allow any harm to come to my daughter." A loyal servant whispered about a wise hermit living in a dense forest outside the city. People from far and wide sought his counsel. The next morning, Isabella set out on a white carriage with golden harnesses, accompanied by two attendants. They traveled through the forest on foot and arrived at the hermit's humble abode. The hermit welcomed them warmly. Isabella explained everything: the prophecy, the danger, and her love for Aurora. He listened carefully and then spoke. "Place your daughter in a tall tower. Let her never leave. This will protect her and your sons." Grateful, Isabella returned home and explained the plan to the king. The tower was constructed swiftly, and Princess Aurora was placed inside, safe from harm. Though confined, Aurora was not alone. Her brothers, Alexander and Julian, and her mother visited her daily. She grew into a graceful, intelligent 16-year-old girl, and the tower became her home. Her only companion was solitude, until one small friend arrived, her loyal pink dog, Pip. Years later, King Alaric and Queen Isabella fell ill and passed away. Prince Alexander ascended the throne. Determined to free their sister, the brothers went to the tower. Aurora greeted them with joy, clasping Alexander's hand. They led her outside, and for the first time, Aurora saw gardens, fountains, and exotic animals. She ran freely, collecting flowers and marveling at everything. Pip raced ahead into a small forest, and Aurora followed. There she saw a magnificent peacock with its feathers fully displayed. She was mesmerized. "What is this creature?" she asked, unable to take her eyes off it. "It is a peacock," her brothers explained. "Some people even eat them." Aurora's voice was firm. "No one shall harm such a creature. If I marry, it will only be the Peacock King, and when I become queen, these creatures shall be protected." Though stunned, her brothers respected her wish and set out to find the Peacock King. They commissioned a perfect portrait of Aurora and entrusted her care to the kingdom's ministers. After a long journey, they arrived at the Peacock Kingdom. There, the Peacock King sat in a magnificent carriage pulled by 12 peacocks. He wore robes glittering with feathers and a crown adorned with jewels and feathers. The brothers presented Aurora's portrait. The Peacock King's eyes widened. "If she is truly as beautiful as this," he said, "I will marry her willingly. If not, your lives are forfeit." Meanwhile, a treacherous woman replaced Aurora with her own daughter and attempted to throw the princess into the sea. But Aurora was saved by her bed, crafted from magical phoenix feathers, which floated on water. Exhausted and freezing, she was washed ashore and rescued by a kind old man who gave her warmth and shelter. Aurora's clever dog, Pip, fetched food from the town, bringing enough to sustain them both. Soon the treachery was discovered. Aurora was reunited with her brothers and escorted to the Peacock King. The deceitful women were punished, and the brothers were freed. Finally, Aurora married the Peacock King, and the kingdom celebrated for 15 days. Aurora lived happily ever after, surrounded by her loyal brothers, her beloved dog Pip, and the magical peacocks she adored.